Well, hello. You notice we're at 6665. So I'm just going to refresh it. I thought I'd jump on the computer here really quick and just take a little video shot of this. We were just talking about the devil being overreached by the devil. We're talking about JW broadcasting. We ran a 3-part on it. All 3 parts had to do with the devil. And doing, how the devil would twist things and present it. And what we showed in the videos is how JW.org is looking at what's happening in the government. They're very proud, very arrogant, and they don't want to look at the Bible at Romans chapter 13 where it says be obedient to the governments, honor them, especially when it comes to good. You see, they're fighting child abuse. They want to continue child abuse within JW.org. So I thought this was just fitting. This is where we're at. I'm going to renew it. Let's see where we're at today. 6666. Wow. Overreached by the devil. So let's see how long this lasts. I'm going to pause the video here. And then I'm going to start it back up again. And we'll see how long it lasts. Maybe it'll last 6 minutes or 6 minutes, 6 minutes and 6 minutes. I'm not sure, but let's see how long it lasts. Okay, what I forgot to show you was the time. I'm going to get off the screen. And the time is 4:45 p.m. 6666. Okay, we're back here. I'm just finished supper and going to check the computer again. So we're going to refresh it. And it's still at 666. Still there. So how long's it been? Now we're going to look at the time. It's 5:59. Here, I'll remove myself from the window. Okay, you see it? 5:59 down there in the corner. I'll put myself back on. Let's renew that again here. Let's see what happens. Renew it again. Nothing. Okay, I'm going to close it. Close it all down. And I'm going to open it up again. Go over to my videos, my dashboard, and there it is. It's still there. 6666, the devil. We'll renew it. Still the devil. 6666. So that's what we did. We did 3 runs of videos. I'll show you here. There's Magi, are they from the devil? That was the first. This is all regarding the broadcast. Part 1 I called it. Part 2 was the governments. Yeah, they're really nailing the governments like Norway, and those guys are wrong. Really showing the governments are going to get it. And then they go after being overreached by the devil. You know how you get overreached. So we have 3 parts dealing with the devil. It's no wonder it's stuck on this number. Stuck on this number, and it's been over an hour. I can't believe it. It's already 6 p.m. And I think, what was it, 4:45 or something when we started? When it hit this number. So let's look at it. Let's renew it again here and see if it... Nope. It's still here. Still here. 6666. It's interesting. That number just lingers. Lingers. Okay, renew it again. Still there. Yeah, maybe we should do another one. We only did three videos on the devil. Maybe we should do another video on the devil. Maybe, okay, how about we call this the fourth video on the devil. I'll release this one as the fourth video on JW being the devil. It's a sign from the internet. Could be true, right? I'm going to go back. I'm just in here looking at this stuff. Still there. Let's renew this. It's still there. Okay, well, maybe we're going to have to launch this video to get that number to jump over. But if that happens, how do I record it to prove it to you? That it's got to be something to do with this number and the beast. The watchtower. JW.org, that's what we're talking about. All the devilish things they do. Well, I didn't bring it up. We don't bring this stuff up. Like this Magi one, we didn't bring that up. They brought it up. They just threw it out of nowhere. Grabbed this thing that the Magi, it's a stretch to believe, you know, David Splain just loved making the Magi wicked from the devil. They brought it up. I'm just defending the Bible, because the Bible does not speak negatively about the Magi. They were astrologers. They brought Jesus gifts. Three gifts. They all have meaning, each of those gifts. You never hear Watchtower talking about that stuff. The meaning of all the gifts. Other religions do. The gold, you know, what Joseph could have used that right away to hire a little caravan to get him out of town. Herod was on a rampage. I think it's a wonderful story, the Magi. It's in the Bible. If we're to believe that all scriptures are inspired of God, why can't we believe in that? Because we'd have to believe in Christmas, right? It was Jesus' birth, and there was birthday gifts, right? Big birthday gifts. In fact, the way I read that account, there was angels singing and shepherds rolling in on the inner hills. You know, they were lower down. The shepherds weren't up high. There was snow in perhaps. They don't get snow in Israel. I've been there. I talk about that a lot in my book, actually. But this Magi is an interesting story. And they demonize it. They make it the devil. I don't think Jesus likes that. I don't think so. The next one is part 2, governments. Well, they're really ticked off at the governments in Norway. They canceled them as a religion, as a charity. The government simply said, we're not going to give you the money that the tax breaks and all those things. Mostly money, because they give religions money there. Probably do here, we just don't know it. I'm assuming the religions all over get lots of handouts from the governments. And there's a lot of benefits to being a charity religion, a big one, right? And all you got to put on your brochure is, we do humanitarian aid. You know, go hand out some water at a hurricane. Fix up the kingdom halls. They don't do anything. They don't help people. They say we don't help, right in their literature. To the governments, they're saying we don't look after children, which would be like orphans. We don't care about them. Anyways, they're mad at the governments right now in Norway, and David Splain says their end is near. Who was the last guy that said the end is near or something like that? Was it not Anthony Morrison? He's gone. Be interesting to see what the backlash is off this video from the governments. They're watching. The governments are watching this organization. They're looking at these stupid speeches. These are dumb speeches, especially when you look at the Bible and what the Bible says about governments, about honoring them. We covered that on that video. And now this last one is overreached by the devil. You see, that's an oxymoron, because they're the ones that are working like the devil and overreaching you. So that's a scary thing, is to get out of there. If you're in their clutches, that means that they control you and they want you to die when it comes to a blood transfusion. They want you to die. Death over life. It's pretty satanic, in my opinion. Every other religion you go to, it's life over death. Well, most of the ones that I know about. I can't speak for all of them. There's some 4,200 religions on earth. So I'm sure there's a lot of bad ones, but this is the one that I know about. This is the one that I was in, and this is the one that I know people are dying because of this religious doctrine from David's plane, the governing body. Death over life. Okay, let's see if we crossed the board here. Dashboard, are we there? Here we go. No, we're still at that number. So we're going to pause this video and wait for a bit. Okay, well, I thought since we're waiting, I just opened Google here. I typed in 6666, the number that we're sitting at here on our dashboard. Been patiently waiting. So I typed that in to see what it says. And it says created by, it's a TV series, that's what it says. Is there a 666 show coming out? That's a TV show. So that's all that means. Not much like spiritistical, you know. I'm not sure how the people get on with the wild beast, 6666, number of the beast, I guess. Let's type that in. 66. Okay, there's 4 sixes. Now if you go down here, angel number, you notice there? Let's look at that. Angel number 666 meaning, let's see what that says. Tiny rituals, whatever that's all about. Angel number means 6666. 4 sixes means that right now your heart is rich with compassion and you are progressing well on your journey. It is also a sign that you shouldn't fall into apathy, as there is still work to be done and room for improvement. Angel numbers are divine messages from our guardian angels. They are sent down to us to lend comfort, love, guidance during our time of need. And they can show up in subtle manners, and sometimes we need to keep an eye open for the signs that our angels are trying to converse with us. You may see angel numbers on receipts, license plates, billboards, telephone numbers, or even on YouTube. Can you believe it? No, it doesn't say that. I threw that in. Where can you find them? Or even if you find yourself glancing at the clock at certain times, all the time. And more than a mere coincidence, these numbers are all about synchronicity and divine intervention to help you to be more aligned with your soul's purpose in life. Purpose in life is always good. While there are lots of angel numbers out there, today we are looking at angel number 6666 and what meanings and messages it may have in store for you. Whew, that was a lot of reading. Meaning of the angel number, all sixes together, 4 sixes. They're saying, while the number 3 sixes has got a bad rap in the past, seeing all the sixes is not actually a negative sign, but holds connotation of believing in yourself. Making decisions that put you back on tracked and learning to shift priorities in a way that will cultivate even more love and wisdom. And while the angel number 6666 could be telling you not to be passive and falling into complacency, it doesn't do this from a negative angle, but is more interested in helping you not to skip out on the details, as these can lead to a whole and fulfilling life. So when we think of the watchtower, we don't want to skip out in the details. We want to make sure that we expose them in all aspects of their lives. And I think the ExJW channels are doing an excellent job. Now, to fulfill understanding of the energy behind this powerful number of quadruplex sixes, we break down the numbers present, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I just thought that was interesting. We did it together. Let's get back. Maybe it's not a bad thing to stay on this number. I don't know. I was kind of looking at it differently. I was looking at it, all these watchtower, this broadcast kind of was part of this number. Well, look at that. It changed. Then the number just changed. So I guess it's it. Let's look at the time. I'm going to look at the time here. It's 6:31. 6:31. So there's a 6 in it. We started at what, 4:45 or something? So we've been running this for almost an hour and a half or so, I guess. We've been in this zone. So let's see if it stays at 667 and keeps moving forward. I'm just going to renew it again. Maybe it dropped out. No, it's still there. It's still there. So I guess that's it. That brings an end to this particular broadcast. I started it at the 6666 number. You've seen it. And we timed it. We talked about what's been going on lately. But now I guess we're going to move on. And the whole angel number, well, you can take it or leave it. The Bible's full of numbers. It's full of numerology. I think numerology is kind of interesting. We have calendars, we have watches. Isn't that a form of numerology? Keeping track of dates. It's an interesting topic, and if you believe in the Magi, you don't believe that they're from the devil, right? They brought Jesus gifts. Those gifts he used. It was a great thing. The Magi. These were rulers from other lands. Imagine that. If J.W. Org looked at, the rulers in Norway from other lands, let's take a look at how they do things in that country. Let's apply all those rules we preach to the rank and file, like about being loving and kind and compassionate and considerate. Consider others for their opinion. That's what they're talking about in this broadcast. But you see, it's always one way. But you see, if J.W. Org themselves would consider Norway, consider how they do it in the far lands. You see, it's like considering the astrologers, bringing the wisdom in, these wise astrologers. And Jesus came for everyone. Everyone. Mostly all the Gentiles. So it's an interesting journey, folks. Glad to be on this journey with you guys. And until next time, keep living your life with love. Bye for now.
We don't have the answer to those questions. You hear that right? We don't have the answer to those questions? I thought we did.
And also, the governing body is neither inspired nor infallible. And so it can err in doctrinal matters or in organizational direction.
What's the answer? We simply don't know. We can't be dogmatic. And we shouldn't be dogmatic because we don't know. Leave the judging to Jehovah and Jesus. They will always do the right thing, the merciful and just thing. Of that, we can be absolutely confident.